Hey guys, Centurion here, and I thought I'd never end up making a video regarding this subject, but after a nice guy popped into my Discord and said to have a look, and as well, after a couple of days trying official instead of your standard community service you see on my channel, I thought, yeah, I think it's time to make it. And I'm not dissing official Dayz servers or anything using this video. And obviously on screen, this isn't your official video. This is purely community server content that you see on screen. But Dayz official really needs to be fixed. And that is because, from what I saw playing 2 days of official servers, is that there's a lot of duping still, a lot of raiding, like glitch raiding, swimming. Like I said, duping. There's even, and I'll get into this later on. But if you go on Facebook or any other social media platform, I can guarantee you would find a group or a page if you type in Dayz duping, Dayz glitching, and so on, and they will have a community of approximately 1,000 people doing this in there. And I'll show all this in just a second. But at this point, it's got extremely bad. So I'm going to go ahead and show you the first issue that I see with Dayz official servers. Now, if you follow my channel, you'd know that I've obviously spoke about this in the previous videos, and as well as Dayz has released more updates, they've also been trying to combat this, and they were somewhat successful in 1.21, implementing a system where if you change an account or you log in too frequently, logging in and out, you get a cooldown timer. Now, this can range from anywhere between 2.5 minutes to 15 minutes to combat duping, because the popular method is to switch an account and basically go into a connection timer and log into another account, which will effectively duplicate the item last dropped, and so on. And I'm not going to get into it because I personally don't know the correct method, because I'm not really one who's going to go out and start duping stuff. I've seen it happen, and I've seen it happen years ago when I used to play official servers quite religiously, but I don't know how to do it anymore, so I'm not even going to get into talking about it. But effectively, they can basically multiply this and do this maybe 5-6 times in 10 minutes, and they've already figured out a way around. And I'm going to start showing you these Facebook pages now. They have now, they are selling kits, duplicated kits on servers for money, and they basically can turn a profit. And even though it's for a small price, I've seen some for £5 for IED kits or a bag full of IEDs with plastic explosives in them, bags full of heavy like black kits and stuff like that on official servers, LAR kits and so on. But effectively, these guys can go ahead and turn a profit of maybe £100 in a week just off duplicating kits. Now, it seems to be a hustle, but then again, you're ruining the integrity of the game, all for your personal gain and ruin it for others. And it's not exactly the best thing to do. You could just go ahead and grind for those kits like a normal person. But then again, that's not fun for them, so they'll go ahead and do it anyway. As well, you could find bases, and like I said, I played official for 2 days, and there was a Chernigorsk industrial base with about 500 car tents, and outside of those was car tents full of LARs and M4s, plate carriers and stuff, all duplicated. And the guy who owned the base was duplicating them literally in their base in public view. So if you had a sniper, you could kill him, essentially. But no one would do that because they got free kits. So it's essentially a loss and a win for him. Now, on the next iteration of me ranting at the camera again, is the fact that a lot of these servers also have people who playing factions or however they like to play, and they basically glitch raid every single base. Now, I don't mind if you hop in my base. I've done a mistake and you've gone ahead and jumped in, or you cracked the code and spent 3 hours of your life trying to guess the code. But by glitch raiding, so swimming, being pushed under the map, logging out, and then logging back in under my base, or you going ahead and doing the glitch where you can now phase through a wall by just constantly either lying on the ground and pushing yourself through using a bag. It's bullshit, mate. It's not fair if you go ahead and just do a glitch because you can't be bothered to find enough ammunition or find a way into the base or so on, just because you basically just don't want to do that. Now, I don't speak for everybody. That's the first. I know a lot of people out there would rather go ahead and find a glitch to get into someone's base because they don't want to spend maybe another 2 hours searching military areas or so on to find enough ammunition to do so, or spend half an hour looking around the base trying to find a way to hop in or jump on or climb or parkour in. But when you play a server and you spend a nice amount of time, and when I say a nice amount of time, let's just say the average period of time to get a full base up, and this is just for like a 2 wall, 1 wall base with a gate, you're probably looking about 5 hours just searching. And you come along and you've only been in the server 20 minutes and you found a bag so you can wall phase. It's not fun. And I've played a community server where that has happened. I've been, if you go to my HC1PP, it's like 4 videos ago, we was wall phased in a community server because some official guys come over who religiously play official. They've learned all the tricks in the trade. They know how to dupe. They know how to wall phase. They know how to swim, and they did that to us because they couldn't be bothered to find grenades, which was a fairly common spawn. You could find a 6, maybe 7 grenades if you search Commensurate Tizzy alone, just because you didn't want to do that. And, well, it's not fun. And there are actual communities out there who uh, encourage it and want you to post videos of you doing it to people. And it's a bit weird and it's a bit bullshit, but if that how gets that's how you get your rocks off in DayZ, go for it, mate. It's up to you, but in the end, you're the one who's gonna end up being shunned in the community and banned once DayZ actually start enforcing this stuff. And well, it's up to you. Now, when I say exploits, I don't mean duping. Even though, yes, it is an exploit, you are doing something that has been left in the game that wasn't meant to be there. And when, yes, I would include duping into this, but that's a whole different issue. When I'm saying exploits, I mean something that they are trying to bypass. So, for example, when they are trying to outwit the new timer for switching an account, they can now, and they've already found out a way how to do it. Now, when they say switching out a timer, I mentioned earlier during the duping part that they will, if you switch an account too often and too quickly, you'll have a cooldown timer. And this could range from anywhere between 2 minutes 30 seconds, which is that the game has detected you have switched an account, to 15 minutes and possibly longer. I don't know how long the timer can get, but all I know right now, is that the max I've seen personally is 15 minutes. Now, when I say exploits, like I said, the cooldown timer, they've already found a way. Now, in these groups, as I mentioned, and I would have shown it earlier, if not, I will also do it now. These guys have already outwitted the system and have found another way. And by doing that, it is now pretty much damn been spread across all these groups. Now I can see 3 of them because 3 of these groups are public. And if you just type in Daisy dupers or Daisy raiders, Daisy glitchers, they are all here for your taking. Now, it is, to be fair, probably the most random group I have ever seen. So these guys are out here asking whether they can outwit the netcut method, which is basically cutting your internet to dupe. They've already found a way to do it without an alt or net cutting. Like I said, they've outwitted the timer. So what they are now doing is switching an account, loading back in, and then cutting the internet, and it bypasses the timer because it thinks you're out, the way to the durated time given by the game. Now, I would happily go ahead and explain for hours the ways these guys are doing this, but you can just find out how they're doing this by going into these groups. And to be fair, there are some absolute heroes out here absolutely slating these guys in the comment section because they're not going to get banned because it's a public group. So the only way they can get banned is by the owners or the people who own the group going ahead and, ban them themselves. But I don't think they're active on this at all. And there's some crazy shit on here regarding all this, but I think I've been waffling on long enough now. It is now 12 minutes 18 I was saying it, so I'm not going to say it anymore. Anyway, if you agree, just go ahead and say why in the comments. I hope that Daisy and the Bohemia Interactive themselves fix this. I do have some ideas of how they could fix this, to be honest with you. That is by installing an anti-cheat onto official servers that very much like community servers when you have a bot by the name of Hulkbot, which detects whether you go into the negative Z, which is you have your Z count, which is how high you are on the map or how low. And if you go in negative, obviously you're swimming. If you have bypassed a wall that was not destroyed, it will detect that as well. But I doubt they would do that because it requires too much manpower, too much money, and I don't think, as Bohemia Interactive is not a AAA studio, they will be able to fund it. Anyway, thank you very much. I'll see you later.